If you ask ChatGPT for prompts, this probably looks familiar. Give me a prompt to write a professional email, and ChatGPT does exactly what you asked. It gives you a prompt. Clean, polite, and completely generic. On the surface, it looks fine. But notice what's missing. There's no priority, no context, nothing that reflects what actually matters to you. So people take that prompt, paste it back in, and trust it like it knows what they're trying to say. That's the trap. The problem isn't asking for prompts, it's asking for them vaguely and then accepting them blindly. A prompt isn't a magical spell, it's not a cheat code, and it's definitely not a replacement for thinking. A good prompt is the final form of clarity, not the thing that creates it. It's the summary, the compression layer, but a lot of people treat prompts like the starting point. They jump straight to a line like, "Give me a prompt to do X," which sounds reasonable until you realize you just skipped the most important step, figuring out what X actually means in your situation. That's why prompts feel fragile. You tweak one word and the result shifts. Not because AI is broken, but because the intent underneath the prompt was never solid to begin with. And once you see that, the real question becomes clear. What should come before the prompt? Here's where this usually goes next. You already have a prompt, so you paste it back in and ask ChatGPT to run it. Now you're not really evaluating the prompt anymore, you're just reacting to whatever comes out. The result isn't wrong, it's just off. It sounds generic and safe. Close enough to feel promising, but never quite usable. So you start tweaking the prompt. You add a sentence, change a word, run it again, and somehow it's still not right. At that point, most people assume the model is the problem, when really AI is just following instructions that were never super clear in the first place. This is the loop people get stuck in. Not because prompts don't work, but because no one stopped to define the job before pressing enter. Instead of asking for a prompt, you make one small shift. You stop treating each request like a one-off and give AI a bit of standing context it can work inside. Not a long explanation, just a lightweight setup you can reuse. Something that says, this is the kind of work I do, this is how I usually think about it, and this is what actually matters to me. Then you add one line that changes how AI responds going forward. Ask me questions if anything is unclear before you generate anything. This isn't the prompt yet, it's how to figure out what the prompt should be. At that point, something subtle shifts. AI stops guessing and starts clarifying. You're not doing more work, you're setting the stage once so you don't have to keep fixing things later. Now this is where everything clicks. After answering the questions, you pause before generating anything. Instead, you lock in what you just clarified. You use AI to turn that clarity into something you can reuse. You say, based on everything we just clarified, help me write a reusable prompt I can save and use for similar situations. Now you're not guessing what to type next. You're capturing the thinking you already did. This is where prompts finally start doing their job. Not because they're clever, but because they're accurate. This is the difference between a one-off prompt and a prompt that actually saves you time. So let's clear something up. Asking ChatGPT for prompts isn't the problem. Asking it before you're clear is. When you start with a vague prompt, AI has no real context to work from. It fills in the gaps on its own. And the prompt doesn't fix that. It just locks those assumptions in. So when your thinking is half-formed, the result comes back clean and polite, but slightly off. Get clear first. Let AI help you shape what you're actually trying to do. After that, prompts stop feeling generic. You're not guessing what to ask anymore, you're telling AI exactly what you mean. So here's the rule I follow now. If you're asking AI for a prompt, pause for a second. Ask for clarity first, let it ask you questions, and use it to shape the intent. Then, once you actually know what you're trying to do, turn that clarity into a prompt. That's how you stop getting generic results. Not by finding better prompts, but by putting better thinking behind them. That's when prompts stop feeling random and start reflecting what you actually meant. Thanks for watching. If this video will help, drop a like so YouTube doesn't think I'm just shouting into the abyss. And if you want more workflows like this, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Keep working smarter.